Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we're going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Kyler helped Brucks fight Hawk during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 2 would still happen. The school fight would still happen in this timeline. Miguel and Robbie would still fight. Robbie would still kick Miguel off the balcony, so Miguel would still be paralyzed, and Robbie would still go to juvie. The events of Season 3 would continue. The rivalry between Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do would continue, and Hawk would still try being Cobra Kai's #1 student. Johnny would still help Miguel recover in this timeline, and in juvie, Sean would still mess with Robbie. Carice would still visit Robbie, and he would still give him the advice to strike first. Those events would stay the same. Carice would still try to recruit new students for Cobra Kai, and he would still get Kyler and his friends. So Kyler and his friends would still show up at Cobra Kai. Hawk would still be surprised to see them, and he would be mad. He would still say that they weren't Cobra Kai material, but Carice would say that they needed natural athletes. Those events would carry on. Kyler would still recognize Hawk, and he would still make fun of him. And much like in the original timeline, Brucks would still fight Hawk. Brucks would be overconfident, and Hawk would attack him, and that fight would be going the same way. Kyler would see this, and he would want to help Brucks, so Kyler would jump in, and he would help Brucks fight Hawk. The rest of the dojo would be surprised. Hawk would be amused, and he would fight Kyler and Brucks. Kyler and Brucks would try teaming up, but Hawk would easily take them down, and Hawk would show no mercy. Hawk would take Brucks down. Hawk would take out his anger on Kyler, remembering all the things that he did to him. So Hawk would defeat Kyler in this timeline. Everyone in the dojo would be surprised. So Kyler and Brucks wouldn't join Cobra Kai in this timeline, and Carice would be impressed by Hawk, and the events of Season 3 would carry on. Hawk would continue his training at Cobra Kai, but Hawk would have more respect from the students than Carice. Johnny would eventually help Miguel recover the ability to use his legs, so Johnny would still form Eagle Fang in this timeline, and eventually Robbie would still be released from juvie. And much like in the original timeline, he wouldn't want to go with Daniel or Johnny. The All Valley tournament would still be cancelled, but Miguel and Sam would still save it. Those events would stay the same. Miguel and Sam would still be celebrating, and Robbie would still show up. Robbie would be surprised to see them, and he would feel betrayed, so Robbie would still leave. So Robbie would still join Cobra Kai, and Hawk wouldn't be happy to see him. But even though Robbie was in Cobra Kai, Carice would look at Hawk, and he would see him as Cobra Kai's next champion, so Hawk wouldn't feel replaced or ignored in this timeline. The events of Season 3 would continue. Kyler would be afraid of Hawk, and Hawk would start to bully Kyler. The house fight would still happen in this timeline. Since Kyler wasn't there, Miguel would want to fight Hawk, so Hawk and Miguel would still fight, and Hawk would easily defeat Miguel. Miguel would be on the floor. Hawk would still feel a little bad, but he wouldn't be redeemed in this timeline, so Hawk would help Cobra Kai win the house fight. The season would still end the same way. Johnny would still confront Carice, and they would still fight. Daniel would still show up, and those events would stay the same, and Carice would still propose a tournament. But in this timeline, Hawk would stay in Cobra Kai. Daniel and Johnny would still team up, so Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do would still train together. And that is where I'm gonna end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Kyler helped Brucks fight Hawk during the events of Cobra Kai Season 3? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.